Hi and welcome to my channel about cross stitch and cats. If you're new here, welcome, and if you're a returning viewer, welcome back. My name is Jo and I've been cross stitching for almost 30 years and I have 4 rescue cats. Since video 19 my subs have gone up by almost 100 and I can only think Shoutouts from other Flosstubers have had a lot to do with that. So huge thanks to everyone who has mentioned my channel. And for those of you who have found me over the last couple of months, please let me know in the comments how you found me, and if it was through another Flosstuber, please tell me who. I'd like to go and say thank you personally. Okay, so I only have 3 whips today. I have a bit of haul, no finishes, couple of little things I do want to chat about, and some shout outs. So shall we get on with it? First off is whips. Like I said, I've only got 3. So we'll start off with the blanket, and of course it's inside out. So this is Planet Dragons. Art is by Rob Carlos and it's been charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. So I've been working on the sun. So got Mercury and Venus done. So working on the sun. And since my last video I've done almost 1,000 stitches. So one at the bottom there. I do park, and I don't park tidily. Thread tagging everywhere. But, you know, it doesn't work for everyone. Works for me. I will fold that up better before I put it away. Don't worry. So that's using the Called For DMC. The fabric is 20 count Aida and I bought it in that purple colour. Second is Fairy of the Rainbow by Joan Elliott. I know I mentioned this last time, but I've just enjoyed stitching on her so much I didn't want to put her away. So I put her away for a little bit and I've gone back to her. So I decided to do, magnets attached to magnets. I decided to do 1 thread of backstitch a day, and of course that ended up as just 1 thread of stitching. So since the last video I've actually done just over 3,000 stitches on this. So I've worked in this general area, finished the sashes here, this green area and down here, and I've done the backstitch in this area. So yeah, I've been doing 1 length of backstitch, 1 length of thread backstitch a day, and then when I've literally done most of the backstitch in the area apart from up here, I started doing 1 stitch of colour in this area, so 1 thread of colour. So I'm actually just doing 1 shade a day, and then I'm going on to my focus whip. So this is Fairy of the Rainbow by Joan Elliott. I purchased it as a kit from Polstitches. It was Joan's design for the 2019 Polstitches retreat. The fabric is 28 count and Raindrops from Polstitches. So everything was brought by Polstitches. There's metallics in there, there's Krynics, there's beads. Everything was included in the kit. You can now buy it separately. So yeah, I'm just loving working on her. I am working on her as part of the Joan Elliott Fairy Sal with Rogue Mama Stitcher Amber. So the 2 of us started it, but it's grown. There's a few people joining in now, notably Maggi Kitschy Whips. So she started Earth Goddess and Amber is working on Autumn Fairy. So yeah, they're both beautiful pieces and I do have shots for both of them. So one day I will do them. Final whip is Spider's Queen. Now this is artwork by Little Fairy Art and charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. It's on 20 count white Aida. I do my own grids, sulky, or I've been using the friction pens, but I don't do long lines in it. I just sort of do dotted lines. I don't know if you can see it because it's a orangey red, so it's won't show up so much when it's all done if it doesn't all disappear. And I've done just over 3,000 stitches on this this time round. So this is the middle of the mask in this kind of area, just over her nose. So I've been working on this for over 5 years and I'm just over about a third of the way through it. So yeah, these do tend to be, these full coverage pieces do tend to be expensive to kit up, but when they take as long to do as they take me, you really do get your value for money. My little bat needle minder from Agnes Little Minders, I've had him a couple of years now. And my seahorse, he's newer, he's just from a couple of collections ago. If any of you would like to get your own Agnes Little Minders needle minder, you need to join her Facebook group, get on the Amiga's mailing list, and then you will be advised when a collection comes out on Etsy with the time and everything, so you can get on and hopefully get something. Just be warned, they do sell out fast, like minutes, not hours. We're talking minutes. So yeah, if you do want one, be prepared to be quick. Get your paper and everything set up and ready to go. Don't waste time. Right, so finishes. Nope, not got one. Haul. Got a few bits. Not a huge amount. So some of it I think is going to need a bit of a spoiler. So I'll show you and then I'll put the spoiler in. I'll show you everything else first. So I have Readly. I do the Readly subscription monthly. But I wanted this copy of the magazine to get the calendar, the Rendell calendar. Now, it did, when the Readly copy came through, it did have the calendar included, which I kind of thought it might, but I wasn't 100% certain. But when they've got special things in, I kind of do like to have the physical copy. The next one I'm planning to buy isn't the one that's out at the moment, is the next one with another Ann Steps exclusive dragon in. So that will be out towards the end of November. Joan monthly clubs finally came in. Michelle did advise us that the September clubs were going to be late. Circumstances beyond her control, some personal stuff going on. So I opted to have the September club sent with the October clubs, so shipping back and stuff, rather than getting things sent separately. So we have, fabrics are 28 count Brittney. So we have Autumn Leaves, which is like kind of pale russet colour. Do quite like that one. It would actually work well with, let's go this or Autumn Fairy, I think. And there you go. And the threads that I got were numbers 41 to 50 of the tie-dye. So there's 10 in there, so that is the last of the tie-dye threads. And they include such illustrious names as Pink Floyd, Queen. So yeah, definitely a lady after my heart with those names. Queen being my absolute favourite band ever. My one regret in my life is that I never got to see them play live with Freddie. Still haven't seen them play live. Oh yeah, I've got the Stones and Elton. So yeah, they're quite beautiful. And then other names like Bubblegum Sherbet and things like that. So October, it's this book, it's called Bubbling Cauldron, and it's grey, but I can see like a little bit of beige and maybe a green tone to it, depending on which part of the fabric you look at, or it's just the light. So again, 28 count Brittney, very appropriate for Halloween. Got an idea of what I can use that for. Finally, and the threads. So with these threads, I'm actually now onto the antique threads. There are only 30 of those, so my collection should be complete by the end of the year. Now, because of the delay, Michelle did say she'd send us a little bit extra as by way of an apology. It was totally not needed, you know, life happens. And what we've received, or I've received, is the Summer 2022 Facebook exclusive thread, Pink Sand Beach, which is just glorious. So thank you very much for that, Michelle. It's very much appreciated. Like I say, absolutely not necessary. We all know life happens. So these have got some fabulous names like Bramble Jelly. Flanders Fields, China Set, just to give you the names. Tea Rose. So yeah, they're beautiful. I've already got some ideas. I've had a quick look on the website what colours, other colours are to come, and I'm just so happy with them all. I think they're going to look wonderful, especially bobinated and in my boxes. And one of these days I will put them on fabric as well. Okay, next haul, I have a couple of needle minders. These are from Witchy Stitcher. Now, full disclosure, these were sent to me as a gift by Mad Morti, who is the UK distributor for Witchy Stitcher needle minders. She uses Shopify and the shop name is Hair Moon Crafts. I will put a link below. So I have Cone of Doom. It says DMC 310 Cone of Doom. And he's a cute little lad. So there is a bit of an in-joke in the group, in the Witchy Stitch group, that she uses so much black in her pieces. No patterns that we have, you know, we basically have to have a cone of DMC 310, and it just kind of got nicknamed the Cone of Doom. Quite big magnets on it, and by the way, these are metal. I obviously hadn't read the blurb right. For some reason I thought they were plastic, but they're not. They're metal and they are quite weighty. The little magnet on the back moves around a bit, but you know, it's workable. It won't sit in the middle of the big magnet. It always wants to go to the outside. But that's fine. It works. The other one is DMC 310 Cult Member. I love the little bobbins around the edge. So they're just a bit of fun, and again, it's metal and they're fabulous. So like I said, I will put a link below for you. Right, this is the spoiler point. This is the Polstitches Christmas box. So if you haven't received yours yet, I mean, I've had it for for well over a week now, so hopefully everybody's got theirs, but just in case they haven't, I will put a screen up to indicate, right, spoilers, close your eyes. So yeah, if you haven't received your Christmas box from Polstitches yet, close your eyes now. Okay, so fabric, Polstitches design, Joan Elliott's design. So if you did have your eyes closed, you can now open them. I deliberately avoided speaking so that I didn't give away things, just in case people haven't had them yet. But that is all my haul. So that didn't take too long. Okay, next thing I'd like to speak to you about is, as some of you already know, I volunteer at our local RSPCA animal shelter. All the animal shelter branches are independent, they have their own funding. They don't really get funding from headquarters unless they're basically boarding animals for headquarters, you know, for the main RSPCA. If that's the case, if they're basically just providing shelter for animals that haven't actually been surrendered, so usually part of an investigation or a case, they will get money to cover them, but most of the cats come into the shelter, you know, they've been surrendered, they're strays, they have to fund that all themselves. So what I've done the last couple of years is I've done a fundraising raffle. So 2 years ago I gave away Doreen Jones Halloween stitch along. So I'll pop a photo in there, I'll pop a photo up of what that was like, and I've well exceeded my target on that one. Last year it was again exceeded the target, and I gave away Peruvian Flares catch reflection sampler. Again, I'll pop a little picture up. This year I've decided to use Boris the Bat, Mill Hill's Boris the Bat, as the prize. He's not finished. Some of you will have seen him before. He's not yet finished. I will put a photo up of where I've got to. But he basically just needs his beads and making up into a fridge magnet. The magnet came in the kit, so everything's there. I will pop the details on here of where to go. I've not been able to actually get a link on Facebook for it, but I'll put the name of it, you can search for it. Every donation will get, everybody who donates get entered into a draw, and at the end of the fundraiser I'll just do a random draw, either random number generator or time decision wheel, put names in, to win Boris. I will post internationally, so if anybody in America or Australia ever wants to join in, please do. Every little helps. Vet fees alone for the shelter per month are £6,000 plus. And then you've got feed every cat that comes in for spay or neuter, vaccinations, microchip. You're looking at over £150. Adoption fee is £100. If you take 2 cats, that goes down. And then you've got food, you've got, if there's any if they do need any medication, it all adds up. So every little helps. If you can give £1, give £1. If you can give a tenner, give a tenner. If you can't give anything, that's perfectly fine. I'm not going to fall out with you. But if you can't give, maybe share, so other people who can give will have a better chance of seeing it. So yeah, it's a place really dear to me. I've volunteered there for 4 years now, and all my cats have come from there, and they do such a great job of helping these animals, cats and dogs. They don't get many dogs. They usually get the really bad cases for the dogs. And the animal care assistants and the volunteers all work so hard. And it's, yeah, it's a very rewarding thing to do, but I do like to give them a little bit extra where I can. So this is it. This is my third Halloween fundraiser. I've done a couple of birthday ones, but they never seem to get quite as much. So if you want to stand a chance of winning Boris the Bat picture, yeah, go around, just go along and donate, please. Right, so a little bit while on the subject of the shelter. In the past, I've shown photos and little bits of video of various cats that have been in the shelter, and almost every time I've shown something, the cat has been adopted within a few days. Like last time I showed Hal, by the time I was back in the shelter a couple of days later, he'd gone home. I wanted to get some photos of Charlie and Shinobi, the beautiful pair of cats, but before I got a chance to, just thinking about it, and they've been adopted. But there was a pair of cats that I can show you. They were known as Holly and Jinx. Jinx has got short ears. He had to have the tips of his ears removed by a vet for medical reasons, but it does make him look a bit weird, but always gorgeous. So Holly and Jinx have actually been adopted by friends of mine who live 5 minutes away, and I am going to go and see them a little bit later today. Take them some catnip out of the garden, pop some photos in of them. They've just settled in so well. They've been there just over 3 weeks now. They're now called Poppy and Tiger, and they're doing so well. Poppy rules the roost. Tiger stays in a bedroom, but apparently that's what he always did when in his previous home. And they're just a beautiful pair of cats. So I will pop some photos up of them, and just a huge thank you to Jackie and Mike for adopting them. Jackie has a little business. She does cat sitting, but she does also have a little upcycling business called Tiger Tart. Yes, she likes tigers. I will pop a link in. She has a page on Facebook, and she's got a website. I'll put all the details below with some photos of some of the things she's done, because she's done some lovely stuff. So yeah, give her a look. So finally, I just want to do a few shout outs. I've already mentioned Rogue Mama Stitcher and Kitschy Ribs, Amber and Maggie. They both do some fabulous pieces. Amber does such a great variety. Maggie's addicted to memorabilia, so it's no great surprise that she's got some Joan Elliott to do as well. I also want to shout out to Morti and David. Again, I've already mentioned them, but I will put all the links below. Also, Nicole, North Island Stitcher. She's got 6 videos up now. She's really fast stitcher, but she's been struggling a bit recently. She's had an operation on her thumb, and then she's had a fall and damaged her foot. So yeah, she's not had a good time for stitching, but she's still got more stitches done than I did in the same time period. and she's just lovely. And last but not least for this video, ilonka-international. Now, Ilonka has split her channel recently. She was just Stitch Ilonka, but because she was doing a video in English and a video in German, her likes and comments were being split. So YouTube thought people just didn't like the videos, but it wasn't that so much as they were only watching the ones that they could understand. So Stitch ilonka-international is the new channel for Ilonka, and that's where her English speaking videos are going to be from now on. And again, she does some lovely stuff, and tell you what, her English is so good, you would just a slight accent, but you would almost think she was a native English speaker. Her English is so good. I can't even count to 5 in German. I never studied German in school. It wasn't offered in my school. It was offered in other schools in the area, just not mine. So they are my shout outs. As normal, I will put a list of suppliers below, websites, etc. So please, if you possibly can, donate to the fundraiser. If you can't donate, like and share so that other people who might be able to donate will see it. No finishes, haul and whips. All done. So until next time, stay crafting, stay safe, look after each other and be kind. Smile. A smile can make somebody's day. Or they'll just think you're batshit crazy. Okay, right. Commit acts of random kindness and senseless beauty. Go for it. Just be nice. And I shall see you next time.